Hey guys, I'm just Joshin, and welcome to our final channel update video of 2019, or potentially our first channel update video of 2020. Depends mostly when I get this done and when it goes up. But the original plan is for this to go live today, December 31st, 2019, the final day of 2019. By the way, before we get too much into this channel update video, which should be short, and I mean it this time, you should probably go back and watch the last one if you haven't already. It's probably like one of the most recent videos on the YouTube channel because I have not been uploading a ton over the past couple weeks. And I explained why I haven't been doing that in the last one. And a lot of what I talk about in today's channel update video is really going to piggyback off of what I talk about in that one. To give a super quick rundown, January 1st, 2020, COPPA goes into effect, the Children Online Privacy Protection Act, some sort of acronym, I have no idea. And people mostly just have no idea how it's going to affect YouTube. As at the time you're watching this video, I have already turned my channel. I have changed the setting to say that this is a child-friendly channel. Even though that was never my, well, again, I explained it more in the last video, so you should go watch that. The idea for this was to never be a children's content channel, but to make content that kids could watch if they wanted to. Because of that, and because we don't really know what COPPA is going to look like, I'm playing the safer approach, and I'm going to wait and see. So we're going to turn our channel to kid-friendly, kid-only content. Which I'm not totally sure what does. We may lose comments. You may not be able to see any comments you've left in the past. You may not be able to comment on this video. We may lose playlists, which is extremely obnoxious. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan and it's not as bad as we think, I can turn that setting back off and we can get playlists back. I don't know. We're going to see. None of that really matters is I guess the gist of today's update video. For those who know me, I am not big on New Year's resolutions. I'm kind of the type of person that's like, if you want to make a change in your life, just make the change that day. I don't know why you have to wait for, January 1st of a new year to make a change in your life. If it's middle of summer and you want to start drinking more water, which is one thing I've been trying to do more over the last couple months, then just freaking do it. Don't wait for a particular day. I also think it tends to have the effect of, you make this resolution and you break it 2 weeks later and you go, oh, well, there goes my shot. I feel like I've never loved the idea or the approach that most people take with a New Year's resolution. And so I've always just been the kind of person that, make a change if you want to. And if you fail that change, try again. One thing I do believe in, though, one thing I do think New Year's is at least good for is maybe a time of reflection and also a time to look forward, especially, we're going into 2020. It's a whole new decade, so it's kind of like New Year's on steroids. You're not just entering a new year, it's a new set of years. It's a really good time to look back at what you've done this year, what you've done over the last 10 or so years. Which obviously have been super crazy for me in the past 10 years. I've gone to and graduated high school, gone to and graduated college, had several jobs, lived in several places. I have a dog now. Like, it's crazy. I'm in a much different spot. I started and have continued doing YouTube for over 4 years now. I started a Twitch channel. I've met tons of amazing people online. It's cool. It's awesome. I like reflecting on that. It's also a good time to start looking forward to the future. So while I don't think New Year's resolutions are necessarily good, or at least not necessarily good for me, I am a fan of setting goals. I think goals are very important to have something that you're constantly striving towards, and also to break up those goals into smaller digestible chunks so that you can, have little senses of progression along the way to know that you're working towards something. And for those of you guys who don't follow me on Twitter, you should, by the way, at JustJoshinYT, which hopefully soon will just be at JustJoshin. I'm hoping I can get rid of the YT and claim the JustJoshin throne. For those who don't follow me on Twitter, I posted this a couple days ago. It's good to get things in writing, in my opinion. If you want to do something, if you have a goal, get it in writing and keep it in a place that you can see it. For me, that's going to be a pinned tweet, so that every time I'm on my Twitter, it's the first thing I see as I start scrolling through. I want to see my goal. I've also seen people set it as their phone backgrounds. That's pretty nice as well. And with this uncertainty on YouTube, my main goal for 2020, by the end of the year, it may be a stretch, but even that, as long as, again, you can have a stretch goal, as long as you break it into pieces, you can at least make progress towards it. And my goal, though it may be a stretch, for 2020 is to become a partner on Twitch. I'm currently an affiliate, and I currently am meeting 2 of the 3 requirements to become a partner on Twitch. I stream enough, and I stream enough on different days, and I stream enough hours per week. Those are easy enough. That's just, get out there. The hardest, the third check mark on becoming partner, and the most difficult one for sure, is average viewership. You have to average, per stream, an average of 75 viewers at any given time. I only have about 100 and something followers total. So to get, all of them to come and watch every single stream, especially since I try to do variety content, so I have some people that came in because I was playing Pokemon, and some people because I was playing Isaac, and some people because I was playing Apex, and it's hard when you're doing that kind of thing to get all the people in there at the exact same time. So 75 is pretty difficult. Right now I am averaging, Right now I am averaging around 8 viewers per stream, which I know seems like a crazy amount off from 75, I know that. But when I first started, really getting more into Twitch, really just a couple months ago, once this whole YouTube thing, the COPPA stuff started, going nuts, and I really shifted gears towards Twitch, I only had an average of about 3 viewers per stream when I first started. And in a couple months, I've gone from 3 to 7. Now, that's only an increase of 4, or if you want to be more positive, I doubled it. I doubled it in just a few months. And so, my smaller digestible goals, instead of just looking at the entire year, so by the end of the year, I need to be up to 75. So if you look at that in smaller digestible goals, I could look at it this way instead. I'm currently at, let's call it 7.5. I'm currently at 7.5 viewers per stream. If in 2 months I double that, I'm at 15. If in 2 months I double that, let's call it 2.5 months. Let's break it into, or let's go 3 months even. 3 months. Starting January 1st, I'm at 7.5. 3 months later, on April 1st, I'm at 15. 3 months later, on April, June, July, August 1st. April, May, June. On July 1st, I'm at 30 viewers. In 3 more months, on July, August, September, October 1st, double that again, I'm at 60 viewers, average. And then 3 more months, end of December, double it again, over 100 potentially. That's the way I'm going into 2020 looking at it. Because if you try to, I'm a procrastinator. The original name of this channel was Playcrastination. I put things off. And I feel like if you set a goal for the entire year, you may have it's nice to have milestones along the way to know if you're on track to hitting that or not. And those are my milestones. I've got 3-month milestones, and I'm attempting to double my average viewers per then. So my hope is that by April 1st, I'm averaging around 15 viewers per stream. 30, then 60, then over 100. Then I would be a partner. I may even hit partner before the end of 2020. It's going to be tough. It's not. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. It's not. Which means I'm actually going to have to put some work in. Which, I hate to say I haven't put the work in on YouTube in over the last couple of years, but it's true. I certainly have not put to this YouTube channel from what my original goals were and from what my original vision was. Really, after the first 1 or 2 years, college got busy, then I got home, then you're working, kind of pressed autopilot, pick a series, record some videos, upload the videos, there's a let's play. Check mark, next one, move on to the next one, move on to the next one, not creating any, content, anything for growth in the meantime. And the time away from YouTube has helped me kind of reflect on that. And again, it's a new year, it's a time to reflect on that as well. And so going into 2020, that's something I would like to change. And if I want to hit this goal, and it is a stretch goal, if I want to hit this goal, I'm going to have to change some things about the way I'm doing Twitch. So beyond those small milestones that I'm setting, I'm also creating sort of I don't know if you'd call it a task list, a checklist of things that I need to do, that I personally feel like I need to do, to give myself the best chance possible. Because, you know, to be honest, you could be the funniest, most attractive, greatest gamer of all time, and you might find some success. I personally don't find myself in any of those three categories. There's other ways you can grow on Twitch, obviously, but you know, there's certain things. If you're extremely funny, great personality, really good at a game, speedrunning type stuff, or a ninja type, you know, shooter player, you got skill, you got humor, I slightly dabble in each of the categories, which it makes it a tough sell. And so in those cases like that, and by the way, I would say that's like a majority of people who attempt to do stuff on Twitch. Most of us are not ninja. Most of us do not have the most ridiculous skills of all time to be able to do that kind of stuff. Most of us are not, you know, one of my favorite streamers / YouTubers is Northernlight. I think he's maybe one of the most naturally funny people I've ever personally watched, whose content I consume on a daily basis. Not everybody can be like that. It's pretty rare. But you can not, in spite of those other things, I think that the cool thing about Twitch is that you can grow even if you don't maybe have those abilities. I'm never been the greatest gamer. I will not shy away from that. And I doubt I'm going to be, you know, becoming a master anytime soon. That's not really something I can do. Humor, you know, again, not really something. To some degree, I think you're kind of born with a sense of wit, a sense of charm, charisma, etc. You can get better at things over time, but to some degree, I got what I got. And so a cool way you can kind of grow on Twitch is just by getting out there and putting in the legwork, both in terms of the marketing of your channel, reaching out to new people, finding new people, growing your community, grassroots marketing, old style stuff, and also just increasing the quality of the stream that you're putting forward for people. I've actually started, you know, I didn't really do this when I was doing YouTube, and for Twitch, I'm all in and I want to do this. I'm putting money into improving our setup, making the background look a little bit more interesting. I've got, again, a task list of things I want to do, including improving audio quality, improving video quality, new webcam. We've upgraded our PC this year. That's a great step, but I think we can do new microphones, new webcams. I also invested in a stream deck recently. By the way, if you guys aren't followed on Twitch, twitch.tv/JustJoshuaMyT, help us reach this goal of becoming partner by the end of the year. I would really appreciate it. It's a really good time. It's like watching my videos, but in the moment. It's great. And you can also, by the way, if you prefer the YouTube style watching videos, you can go back and watch the VODs, and it's like you were there the whole time, if you pretend, kind of. I know it's not exactly the same, and I know that's the reason why, you know, recorded videos on this channel get like 10 times the views of a VOD. It's a different viewing experience, I get it, but if you're there live, it's a really good time. And I'm taking steps. I'm starting to take small steps to improve stream quality, almost approaching it as if it's a show of some sort. You know, there's going to be some awkward hiccups every now and again, especially in the early going here, but my goal is that by, you know, a couple months from now, I've got it down almost like a machine, and we're just plugging and playing and making good improvements. All of the money that we make from subscriptions going directly back into improving things. Webcam, microphone, background, channel art, branding. That's a huge one that I'm really interested in investing in. Getting cool sub emotes, getting cool branding art, channel art, layouts. Those are things that in the past and on YouTube I would just make myself because I was cheap. But the problem is I don't have those skills really, so while they function for what I need them to do, they maybe don't look great. And to new people coming in, I want everything to look fantastic if I'm going to take this as seriously as possible, which I really, really want to. All of that to say that with the uncertainty on YouTube and this new, I'm a lazy person. You know, maybe it's just the reflection causing me to realize it, but I've probably realized it all along and just didn't care. I'm a lazy person. And for the first time in a long time, I have kind of a fire burning inside of me, a motivation to do more. to go beyond the status quo. And that's a feeling I don't get very often. I wish I did. And so the fact that I have this right now is really cool. And I am going to grab onto it, and I'm going to do what I can over the course of these next couple months and hope that, who knows, maybe doing that, maybe it applies to other things in my life as well that I probably should be putting more effort into: friendships, family, work. Maybe grabbing onto this passion that I'm feeling right now can you know, project to more things as well. I don't know. I'm going for it. After years of just complacency, I'm tired of it, basically, and I'm ready to do more. So that being said, between the stuff on YouTube, I wouldn't say expect the YouTube channel to die or anything. You know, maybe I continue uploading. It's really going to depend. It's still a wait and see. If I end up losing all of my playlists and comments and stuff like that going forward, I just don't see YouTube as a very good platform for growth. You know, I could put in the time, editing videos from streams and editing them into more, you know, more bite-sized 10-minute YouTube-friendly content that you guys can watch, highlight videos, funny moments, etc. But if I can't get comments and I can't make playlists, and that just doesn't seem like a very good way to grow a community to me. Now, it is a form of marketing. You can potentially see it on YouTube and then go over to my Twitch and maybe hop onto one eventually. So there is that perspective. So from that perspective alone, you may see that kind of content in 2020. No promises. You may see that kind of content. But in terms of just full on, you know, downloading a stream and editing into 30-minute chunks as if it's episodes and uploading them, those have just never gotten enough views for me to really warrant it. Now, I may still download the entire thing and upload a 4 or 5 hour video to YouTube just for, you know, what would you call that? Future's sake, you know, because after 14 days on YouTube, they disappear. So if, you know, maybe down the road, I want to come back and watch an old series I did to find some inspiration, or you want to come back and watch a series, I may upload those. But spending the time to cut them into 30-minute chunks, uploading them independently, if I can't even get comments on them, if I can't put them in a playlist, if it doesn't seem worth it to me. The only reason would be if you know, we wanted to come back and look at it in the future, which honestly is part of the... I went back a couple days ago and I just happened to watch some old videos of mine from like 3+ years ago. And it was crazy the amount of effort I used to put in when I had nothing. You know, I had a horrible setup, a $600-ish PC, a $50 Blue Snowball microphone, the same webcam that I'm using right now, which is not a great webcam, but it gets the job done. I had a cheap setup. I didn't have editing software. I used Paint, Windows Paint to make thumbnails. I used Windows Movie Maker to edit. And I used to put more effort in with those little tools at my disposal than I do now with Photoshop and Premiere Pro. And it's just time for that to change. I think seeing that inspired me a little bit as well. And so that's the type of thing where it's nice to maybe have old Twitch VODs so that I can, when 2020 ends, whether or not we hit the goal of being partner, I can go back and I can watch our streams from January, and I can watch our streams in July, and I can then watch our streams in December and say there was improvement over time. I've put on a better show now than I did back then. Because right now, as things stand on YouTube, I cannot say that. I cannot say that I produce better content now than I did 4 years ago. And with the improvements around me, that shouldn't be the case. So it's sad that it is the case. I don't want the same thing to happen on Twitch. So I'm going all in 2020, and I hope you'll join me there. Twitch.tv/justjoshnyt. Haha. That being said, don't expect the YouTube channel to die. You may see stuff here every now and again, but YouTube is just, it's not my focus anymore. I'm feeling motivated to do things on Twitch, and I'm going to ride that wave until it goes away, and hopefully it doesn't go away. Hopefully I can continue riding it into 2020, beyond 2020, for as long as possible. Yeah, that's basically the update video. We're also doing, by the way, a new series on Twitch is starting soon. It's starting this Thursday, actually, which is like in 2 days. There will be a trailer going live potentially today, potentially tomorrow, very soon, talking a little bit about that series and what games we're going to be playing over the course of that series. It's going to be pretty much a year-long series. Without giving too much away here, it is basically like a list of games that I would like to beat before year's end, and the games are all tied together by some criteria, by some... It'll make sense when you see the trailer, or it won't make sense because the trailer is not very good, but I said I was going to make a trailer, and even though I'm not very good at it and didn't know really what I was doing, I freaking did it. And that alone makes me happy as well. Am I happy with how it turned out? It looks like it was made in Windows Movie Maker, because I just don't know what I'm doing in terms of editing, but at least I did it. There's been a lot of times on YouTube the past couple years I kept saying I'm going to do things, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then I lose the passion 2 days later, and I stop doing it. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to try. And I hope, as I said, you will join me on that journey, because I'm very excited. And I'm going to continue that. Also, by the way, we're playing Jedi Fallen Order on Twitch. We'll probably be live. If this video goes live tonight, we'll probably be live when you're watching this. So maybe pop on over to twitch.tv/JustJoshYT would really mean the world to me. It's a really good time, and that game's really freaking fun. I know people probably got plans on New Year's, so I'm not expecting a crazy amount of people out there. I may even do stuff later tonight, so I probably won't be streaming for a long, long time, but still. Okay, the update video went long again. What's new? You start rambling, you start opening your heart up, and you go for a little bit longer than maybe you expected to. That's okay. Thank you guys for watching. I think that's all the updates I had. COPPA stuff still happening. I'm a kid-friendly channel now. I'm moving to Twitch, basically, for the most part. I will still exist here on YouTube. My focus is over there. My focus is on over there. I'm feeling really motivated. I'm excited. And I'm going to be putting a lot of effort into Twitch in 2020. I'm going to need you guys to help keep me honest. Because I have a horrible habit on following through on things. And again, I'm trying to do as many things as possible to force myself to see these goals, to hit these goals, to make it a reality. But having you guys there is going to be the biggest part of it. Knowing that you guys are having a good time, hearing from you guys, feedback is really important. What things you would like to see, what things you think could improve the show, etc. Those are big for me, and so I would very much appreciate your help on this journey, and I hope it's a good time in general. So hopefully it doesn't feel like work. Hopefully it feels like we're just all having a good time together. Anyway, it's long. Less than 25 minutes, please. Thank you guys for tuning into this update video. I don't know when the next one will be. Probably, you know, close into the new year once we figure out how this COPPA stuff is going to look. And I'm hoping to maybe start using these update videos as like progress reports of like, I have, you know, average viewership on Twitch is now this. We've done this month to try to improve stream quality. I'm buying this to make my background look a little bit cooler. I'm buying this to upgrade my webcam. I'm doing, you know, I want to start making progress reports, if that makes sense. I think the update videos would be better served for that kind of thing. Anyway, end it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys have a fantastic New Year. If you do the New Year's resolutions things, I hope you hit all of them. Stay committed to them. You can do it. If you don't do the New Year's resolution, or if you do and you fail, continue nonetheless. Strive to improve yourself in 2020. I know I'm going to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.